This program is proudly brought to you by the VAFA Live Official app. With live scores, team stats, player stats and much more. Everything you need for the VAFA in the palm of your hand. Download it from the App Store or Google Play now.
Good morning, we are here at the Hudson Oval end of the game between Trinity and All Xavs. The game ended in favour of Trinity, winning by a 49 margin, and I'm here with their coach Liam. Liam, how do you think the game went? A really important game for you going in today.
Yeah, it was a massive game. We sort of set ourselves knowing that we had to beat Xavs this week in order to keep, one, our finals alive, but two, to avoid that sort of bottom two spots. I don't know if the relegation is going to work this year like it does with the boys, but we just wanted to put ourselves in the best position moving forward. We haven't really played very well out on our ground this year, so we just wanted to actually get a win and enjoy ourselves.
That's great. No, actually, it was not a single player or one to contribute. It was everyone just throughout the field, contributions from everyone. So how do you feel about it? It must be really happy for you to see that.
Yeah, no, I'm super proud of the girls. When you get a contribution from all 24 girls, it's proud. It seems like what you're actually doing as a coach is working, and they're starting to see the value and the reward in what they do. It was just really good to see everyone contribute.
Yeah. The other point I want to pick out is I think you're the only team which has two players who play in the Rock. Imogen and Madison, who really stood out from all the other teams. But is it something you've been trying to work with both of them, in the Rock or something like that?
They're both very good. They can jump and they read the ball really well. We've worked a lot on not so much getting the tap, but tap into advantage. And I think it worked quite a bit today where we could, where they tapped it and actually had girls there present, likes of Rosie, Julia, Loz were there to connect. So we had a lot of hit outs, so we've worked a lot on that, but they're both sensational rucks, and it's really good to have that second ruck compete and do so well as well. It means that you always get first use, and you're able to win, hopefully, more clearances.
And Rosie, now, you had an outstanding game today, 29 disposals, 2 goals. How does it feel for you?
Feels pretty good. Definitely feels good to get the win. I don't know, it just feels good getting back into a form of playing good footy, and pretty happy.
Yeah. So what's the rest of the season? Do you have some expectation when you came into the games or something, or?
So my goal for this game was just making sure I try and get there for as many contested balls as possible. Getting there for the handball receives as well. And today there was a huge communication across the mids, so that was super instrumental in getting everything done. So.
Okay, Liam. Now next week you have Q, I think, at their home ground. It's a big game. It's an important game for you to keep still going to the win. So, is there any particular thing you want to work out for the training, or?
Well, it's not so much training. I think it's a bit of a mindset for the girls to come up. We've got a super challenge in the next 3 weeks against the top 3 teams, and hopefully they can take a lot of confidence out of this week. And we've been in some good form the last month. Just to go into next week with a bit of confidence in themselves and a bit of belief. Because who knows, on the day, if you play good footy, you don't know what result could happen.
Okay. That's it from me. Over to Dom, who is with the coach of All Xavs.
Thanks, Ardy. I'm now here with the Old Xavs coach, Rowan Young, and one of their players, Grace Knox. Rowan, it was a tough match today in terms of contested footy. It felt like it was just a contested scrap most of the time, and even though Old Trinity were able to get on top of you eventually, I thought your third quarter was very well played. You were able to bounce back and kick a couple of goals to their response. How did you think the girls were able to respond after a sort of a disappointing first half on the scoreboard to able to sort of get back into the game in the third quarter?
Yeah, it's. I think it was quite a competitive game across the board, and it was really just that inability to score in the first half that was the difference between the two teams. In the third quarter, we threw things around a little bit, made a few changes, more so just to have fresh minds rather than anything else, and that resulted in a couple of goals, which was really pleasing.
Grace, I thought you played in the back line for most of the time. The ball was probably going there a bit more than you would have liked, but you were able to play your role really well for the team. How did you go personally? How did you think you went yourself personally today?
I think I did all right. Backline's definitely a bit of a foreign territory for me.
Yeah.
I suppose I was just trying to be attacking to the ball and try to stop my player getting to it, and just kind of hold them up a bit more, because they were kind of getting through that back line pretty quickly. So just kind of hold up the ball a bit more and be really physical towards the ball.
Yeah, I thought you were probably one of your top 5 players for the team, but did you think there was anyone else you thought stood up head and shoulders above everyone else for Old Zavs?
Yeah, I think our captain, Em Archer, she played a really strong third quarter. She was constantly at the ball in the contest and was really working hard to get kind of that clean clearance out. I think Gabby Henderson also in the back line was really presenting well and running off her player and being really clean towards the ball and kind of just providing that feed towards the half forward line.
Right. Is there anyone else do you think you could add on to who else performed well for your team today?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty even effort across the board. I think Audrey played quite well on the ball. She obviously kicked a goal as well, which got a little bit of start for us in the third quarter. I thought Ebony and Tiara also played pretty good games as well.
And just a quick look forward to next week. Obviously, the competition doesn't get any easier when you play Marsland back home at Xavier College. How will the girls prepare going from the result today towards training towards next week's game against Marsland?
Look, we'll definitely aim at having a really tough contest like we do every week, and it will just be shutting down their main players that are scoring and really trying to get some score on the board for ourselves.
Well, commiserations on the result for you both girls today, but we thank you for your time and we'll see you next week against Marsland.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's Dom here, wrapping up here at Hudson Oval at Trinity. We thank you for your time here in Complete Sports Management, and we look forward to seeing you again here next week.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.